American cruise missiles destroyed Caracas. Venezuelan Navy is sunk. Air Force is grounded. 3 weeks of victory. Then, at 4:23 a.m., Russian cargo planes land at Maiquetía Airport. Cuban special forces cross from Trinidad. Iranian weapons arrive by sea. Chinese electronic warfare systems deploy to Venezuelan air bases. What started as regional conflict becomes proxy war. 4 adversaries coordinating to bleed American forces. Turn quick victory into long occupation. Transform successful operation into strategic quagmire. The Caribbean War just got complicated. April 7, 2025. American military controls Venezuela completely after 3 weeks of combat. 38,000 U.S. troops occupy all major cities: Caracas, Maracaibo, Valencia, Puerto Cabello. Venezuelan military is shattered. Air Force destroyed on ground. Navy sunk at dock. Army scattered into jungle. Command structure eliminated. Infrastructure secured. Maduro captured. Transitional government forming. Pentagon declares mission accomplished. Troops prepare for drawdown. Politicians plan victory parades. Then everything changes. Intelligence detects unusual activity at Maiquetía International Airport near Caracas. Russian IL-76 transport aircraft land at 4:23 a.m., April 8th. 6 aircraft, civilian markings but military purpose. They taxi to remote hardstands. Cargo ramps lower. Equipment rolls out, not humanitarian supplies, military hardware, S-400 air defense components, electronic warfare systems, anti-tank guided missiles, small arms, ammunition, spare parts, everything needed to sustain insurgency. Plus personnel, 340 Russian military contractors, Wagner Group operatives, former Spetsnaz, combat veterans, experienced in Syria, trained in urban warfare. Their mission is transform American occupation into nightmare. Train Venezuelan remnants, supply weapons, coordinate attacks, provide intelligence, turn victory into quagmire. What's your immediate reaction? Type A if you think Russia is making huge mistake. Type B if you think this complicates American strategy significantly. American intelligence detects Russian arrival within hours. Satellite imagery confirms IL-76 transport aircraft. Electronic intercepts identify Russian military communications. CIA assets on ground report Wagner personnel moving into city. National Security Council convenes emergency meeting at 9:01 a.m., April 8th. Options are limited and problematic. Option 1. Strike Russian forces immediately. Tomahawk missiles. Airstrikes, special operations raids. Kill Wagner operatives before they organize resistance. But killing Russians escalates conflict beyond Venezuela. Creates direct USA-Russia confrontation. Option 2. Accept Russian presence. Let them arm insurgents, fight resulting guerrilla war, avoid Russian-American combat, but accept longer occupation, higher casualties, strategic overextension. Option 3. Negotiate with Moscow, trade Venezuelan concessions for Russian withdrawal. Appears weak, encourages future Russian interference. President chooses Option 2. Fight insurgency. Avoid direct Russian combat. Accept longer commitment. Demonstrates American resolve without triggering great power war. Cuban involvement comes next. 200 Cuban special forces infiltrate through Trinidad starting April 9th. They arrive disguised as oil workers, merchant seamen, relief workers. Cuban Intelligence Service, DGI, has 60 years' experience operating covertly. They know how to insert operatives undetected. Cuban soldiers carry no identification. Wear civilian clothes. Speak Spanish fluently. Blend with Venezuelan population. Their mission is embed with local resistance. Provide tactical training. Share combat experience. Coordinate operations. Cuban advisors don't mass. They disperse. 2 to 3 operators per cell. Training Venezuelan remnants. Supplying weapons. Planning attacks. If Americans kill Venezuelans, it's local resistance. If Americans kill Cubans, It's international incident. Plausible deniability protects Cuba. Classic proxy warfare executed perfectly. Don't miss how this regional war transforms into multi-nation proxy conflict. Subscribe for complete analysis. Iranian contribution arrives by sea April 11th. Merchant vessel MV Hormuz docks at Puerto Cabello. Manifest lists humanitarian supplies, food, medicine, construction materials. Customs inspection finds something else. 2,000 Kornet anti-tank missiles. Iranian-made, laser-guided. Capable of destroying M1 Abrams tanks. Plus 500 explosive-formed penetrator roadside bombs. IEDs designed specifically to kill American vehicles. Iranian expertise refined over 20 years fighting Americans in Iraq. Now applied to Venezuela. Also aboard, 40 Iranian Quds Force advisors, Revolutionary Guards elite, experts in asymmetric warfare, specialists in bomb-making, veterans of proxy conflicts across Middle East. Their mission is make every road dangerous, every convoy vulnerable, every patrol an ambush opportunity. Chinese contribution is different. Not ground forces, electronic warfare, cyber capabilities, intelligence support. On April 13th, Chinese technicians arrive at Venezuelan air bases. They install jamming equipment, communications intercept systems, radar spoofing technology, everything needed to blind American intelligence, disrupt American operations, create electronic fog of war. Chinese also provide satellite intelligence, real-time imagery of American troop movements, communications intercepts, targeting data, everything insurgents need to plan effective attacks. China fights through information warfare, supporting Venezuelan resistance without risking Chinese lives, maintaining deniability while bleeding American forces. This level of multi-nation coordination analysis requires serious research. Subscribe to support this work. First insurgent attack comes April 15th at 3:47 p.m. American convoy traveling Highway 1 from Caracas to Maracaibo. 4 M1126 Stryker armored vehicles in tactical column, 32 soldiers from 3rd Brigade Combat Team, 25th Infantry Division. Routine supply run. Delivering food, water, ammunition, medical supplies to forward operating base. Standard mission. Low threat assessment. Wrong assessment. Insurgents watched convoy depart Caracas. Chinese satellite intelligence provided route. Cuban advisors selected kill zone. Russian Wagner contractors positioned observers. Iranian-trained bomb makers prepared explosives. Convoy approaches narrow section of highway at 3:47 p.m. Buildings on both sides. Limited maneuver space, perfect ambush site. As lead striker passes buried IED, insurgent triggers remote detonator. 155mm artillery shell exploded into EFP. Copper plate becomes molten jet. Penetrates striker's armor, enters crew compartment at 6,000 feet per second. 7 soldiers killed instantly by copper penetrator and overpressure. Vehicle stops, blocks road, convoy halts. Soldiers dismount to provide security and evacuate wounded. This is exactly what insurgents planned. Ambush triggers. 3-sided kill zone, PKM machine guns from second-story windows, AK-47 fire from alleyways, RPG-7 rockets from rooftops. 47 insurgents participated, coordinated, rehearsed, lethal. Americans return fire, M4 carbines, M240 machine guns, 40mm grenades, superior firepower. But insurgents have positions prepared, withdrawal routes planned. 4 more American soldiers killed. 14 wounded before insurgents withdraw. Apache helicopters arrive, find empty buildings. No enemy, just brass casings and blood trails. Insurgents escaped. This is what trained guerrillas do: strike, kill, disappear. Wagner training made them professional. Cuban advisors made them effective. Iranian weapons made them lethal. Chinese intelligence made them informed. Combination is deadly. This is proxy warfare at its finest. Foreign powers bleeding American occupation without risking their own forces. Attacks escalate dramatically. Pattern emerges. professional planning, good intelligence, effective execution, clean withdrawal. This isn't random violence. This is coordinated campaign. April 17th brings sniper attack on patrol in Caracas suburbs, long-range precision shot. American officer killed. Sniper escapes before response. April 19th sees 82mm mortar attack on Camp Liberty, forward operating base outside Valencia. 47 rounds in 3 minutes, 12 Americans wounded. Mortars are Iranian supplied. Crews are Cuban trained. April 21st produces massive truck bomb at entry control point. 2,000 pounds of explosives. Stolen delivery vehicle. Suicide bomber crashes through checkpoint. Detonates in middle of compound. Blast crater 30 feet wide. 18 American soldiers killed. 34 wounded. Largest single-day casualty event since initial invasion. National news covers extensively. Congress demands answers. April 23rd brings kidnapping. 3 soldiers separated from patrol in Maracaibo. Grabbed by insurgents. Bodies found 48 hours later. Executed. Filmed. Video posted online. Propaganda value enormous. American public sees soldiers murdered. Political pressure intensifies. April 26th produces complex ambush. Insurgents hit convoy with IED. Pin survivors with small arms. Call in mortar fire. Withdraw before American QRF arrives. 11 Americans killed. 19 wounded. Tactics are professional. Training is evident. This is Wagner methodology. Cuban coordination. Iranian weapons. Chinese intelligence. 4 adversaries combining capabilities. What would you do as American commander facing this evolving insurgency? Comment your counter strategy below. American forces adapt tactics desperately. Increase patrol sizes from 8 soldiers to 16, then 24. More targets, but better mutual support. Add more armor. Every patrol now includes at least 2 MRAPs, mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicles, designed for IED environments. V-shaped hulls deflect blasts. Can survive 50 pounds of TNT. Deploy counter-IED technologies, ground-penetrating radar, metal detectors, electronic warfare systems that jam remote detonators. Use more drones for reconnaissance. RQ-11 Ravens, RQ-20 Pumas. Providing overwatch for convoys. Spotting ambush preparations. Implement biometric screening at all checkpoints. Fingerprints, iris scans, facial recognition. Build database of known insurgents. Deny them freedom of movement. Expand intelligence networks. Pay informants. Recruit sources. Run agent operations. Try to penetrate insurgent cells from inside. Marine Corps sends 3rd Battalion, 7th Marines from Camp Pendleton. 800 Marines, experienced, aggressive, ready to fight. Army deploys 2nd Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment, elite light infantry. 400 operators, trained in counterinsurgency, proven in combat. Special Operations Forces intensify hunter-killer missions. Delta Force, SEAL teams, Green Berets, targeting insurgent leadership, high-value individuals. Foreign advisors. America applies every lesson learned from Iraq and Afghanistan. Full-spectrum counterinsurgency doctrine. Clear, hold, build, win hearts and minds. But doctrine requires time, resources, political patience, and costs lives. American casualties mount steadily. 5 killed per week becomes 8, then 12, then 15. Wounded numbers triple from 15 per week to 45. Medical evacuation flights run constantly, C-130s shuttling casualties to Ramstein. Landstuhl Regional Medical Center overwhelmed. Field hospitals at capacity. Combat support hospitals work 24-hour rotations. Surgeons operate continuously. This is sustained combat. This is grinding warfare. This is what happens when foreign powers coordinate to support insurgency. Russian strategy becomes clear through intercepted communications. Don't defeat American military directly. Impossible. Instead, impose costs over time. Bleed American forces gradually. Erode political support domestically. Force strategic overextension. Make occupation unsustainable. Wagner contractors provide training and coordination. But Venezuelans do actual fighting and dying. Russia imposes costs without accepting risks. Soviet Afghanistan playbook reversed. Americans now facing Stinger missiles, except Iranian Kornets and Cuban tactics. Cuban role proves most effective. DGI operatives are professionals. 60 years fighting America indirectly. Angola, Nicaragua, Colombia, now Venezuela. They know American tactics, studied American doctrine, understand American vulnerabilities. Cuban advisors teach Venezuelans how to build IEDs from local materials, how to conduct surveillance without detection, how to plan ambushes for maximum casualties, how to withdraw before American firepower responds. Cuban expertise multiplies Venezuelan effectiveness tenfold. If you're following this complex proxy conflict development, hit subscribe and bell icon now. Iranian contribution focuses on explosive devices. Quds Force trainers share bomb-making techniques refined fighting Americans in Iraq. Sophisticated IEDs appear everywhere, buried in roads, hidden in buildings, planted on vehicles. Range from crude pressure plates to complex radio-controlled systems. Some use military artillery shells. Others employ fertilizer and fuel oil. Iranian knowledge makes every movement dangerous. Every road suspect. Every vehicle potential bomb. American engineers work constantly. Route clearance, bomb disposal, mine detection, but can't clear everything. Can't stop all attacks. Casualties continue. Chinese contribution is intelligence and electronic warfare. Satellites track American convoy movements, share data with insurgents. Communications intercepts identify American plans. Electronic jamming disrupts American radios. GPS spoofing confuses navigation. Cyber attacks target logistics networks. Chinese fight without firing shots, without risking personnel, just providing information advantage that kills Americans indirectly. Invisible hand guiding insurgent operations. By May 1st, after 3 weeks of insurgency, American situation deteriorates significantly. 127 soldiers killed, 340 wounded, 53 vehicles destroyed, 8 helicopters shot down by man-portable air defense systems. No Iranian, Russian, Cuban, or Chinese casualties because they don't fight directly. They train, supply, coordinate, intelligence. Americans kill Venezuelans. Lots of Venezuelans. 840 insurgents dead. Wellington 200 captured. But insurgency grows despite losses. For every insurgent killed, 2 more recruit. Foreign support ensures weapons never run out. Training continues. Intelligence improves. Americans face strategic problem. Can win every tactical engagement. Can kill more enemies than lose, but can't eliminate insurgency supplied by 4 nations, can't occupy indefinitely, can't expand war to Russia, Cuba, Iran, China simultaneously. Your engagement directly shapes what content we create. Comment analysis and share this video. American domestic politics fracture under pressure. Opposition demands withdrawal. Accuses administration of mission creep, questions strategic objectives, compares Venezuela to Vietnam. Media coverage shifts from celebrating victory to questioning costs. Gold Star families appear on news programs. Anti-war protests resume on college campuses. Public support drops from 73% to 48% in 3 weeks. Political pressure builds for exit strategy. But military reality prevents quick departure. Can't abandon country to foreign-backed insurgency. Can't let adversaries win proxy war. Can't retreat under fire, showing weakness. Allied support waivers. Britain maintains commitment, but sends no additional forces. France offers diplomatic support, but no military assistance. Colombia restricts American operations from their territory after cross-border incident. Brazil refuses involvement. Regional allies who supported initial operation now distance themselves. Long counterinsurgency requires sustained political will. Allied populations lack appetite. American forces fight increasingly alone. Special operations intensify hunting foreign advisors. Delta Force conducts raid on suspected Wagner safehouse in Caracas May 8th. Helicopter insertion. Simultaneous entry through multiple breaches. Find 12 Russian contractors. Firefight erupts. 11 Russians killed, 1 captured wounded. Intelligence bonanza, laptops, phones, documents. Everything revealing Russian coordination network. Similar raids target Cuban advisors, Iranian trainers, Chinese technical personnel. Some successful, some find empty locations. Foreign advisors learn to stay mobile, change locations frequently, limit electronic signatures, maintain operational security. Few get caught. Most remain effective, despite American pressure. Was foreign intervention inevitable once America occupied Venezuela? Could better strategy have prevented it? Share assessment below. Venezuelan transitional government proves ineffective. Lacks legitimacy, lacks popular support, seen as American puppet. Cannot govern without American military backing every decision. Regional governors ignore central authority. Negotiate separately with various factions. Country fragments into informal zones, each controlled by different group. Some support Americans, some support insurgents, most just trying to survive. Venezuelan sovereignty becomes fiction. Real power belongs to whoever has guns and foreign backing. By May 15th, American military faces fundamental strategic problem. Cannot achieve political victory through military means. Cannot eliminate insurgency supplied by neighboring nations and foreign powers. Cannot occupy Venezuela indefinitely at current casualty rates. Cannot expand war to Cuba, Russia, Iran, China without catastrophic escalation. But cannot withdraw without appearing weak. Without encouraging future challenges. Without abandoning Venezuelan allies to certain death. No good options exist, only choices between bad and worse. Joint Chiefs present reassessment to President May 18th. Current strategy is failing. Insurgency strengthens despite casualties. Foreign support increases despite American pressure. Costs mount while progress stalls. Political support erodes domestically and internationally. Recommend 3 options. Option 1, massive escalation, triple forces. Expand operations into neighboring countries harboring insurgents. Accept decade-long commitment. Costs measured in hundreds of billions and thousands of casualties. Option 2, negotiated withdrawal. Trade concessions for insurgent stand-down. Accept partial defeat. Loss of credibility. Embolden adversaries globally. Option 3, maintain current approach. Accept casualties. Grind insurgents through attrition. Hope political will last longer than enemy resources and foreign support. All options terrible. President chooses option 3. America committed. Must see through regardless of cost. If you made it through this entire proxy warfare analysis, you understand modern great power competition. Subscribe. The Caribbean War deepened. What began as 3-week conventional victory became indefinite counterinsurgency. 4 adversaries coordinate to bleed American forces. Russia provides training and heavy weapons. Cuba supplies advisors and tactics. Iran contributes explosives and IED expertise. China offers intelligence and electronic warfare. Venezuela provides fighters willing to die. Combination proves effective, not defeating America militarily. Impossible. But imposing unsustainable costs over time, eroding political support, creating strategic overextension. This is 21st century proxy warfare. Superpowers don't fight directly. They bleed each other through insurgents. Supply weapons. Provide training. Share intelligence. Accept no risks. Impose maximum costs. American military dominance doesn't prevent this. Just changes how adversaries fight. They learned from Iraq and Afghanistan. Apply those lessons to Caribbean. Venezuela becomes testing ground for coordinated multi-nation proxy warfare against American occupation. Question isn't whether America can win militarily. Question is whether America can sustain politically, whether casualties remain acceptable, whether commitment endures. That's what Russia, Cuba, Iran, and China are betting against. Not American capability, American will. The war deepened. The question is whether America's resolve is deeper still.